In a world where everyone has their own YouTube channel and podcast, this guy had a YouTube channel but no podcast. Now, here's the guy with zero original ideas.
He's a little girl in big boy pants.
It's Shawn Cash and the Shawn Cash Podcast.
I am racking my brain, but I can't even begin to imagine why you'd make something like this.
Hello. It is time for another quickie Shawn Cash PodCash. I do have a couple build videos that are close to being done that I will get to. One of them is I'm participating in that Star Wars Andor challenge that was started in the Star Wars build group on Facebook. And I don't know if I'm doing it right. Some people have posted some photos of the stuff that they are working on, and from what I've seen, and I haven't seen what the actual reference is, they look like they're doing panels inspired by the Andor series. And I took it to mean that it was something literal. And I took a specific panel from Andor and tried to see if I could recreate it so that it would look exactly like the one in Andor. And that's a little different for me. I've done that with costuming and armor, but usually when I do props and things like my giant container that the Glowforge is sitting on, it's my own creation. And creating something from an actual prop used in the Star Wars world is a little different for me, but I like the challenge. And I wanted to give you an update why there hasn't been a build video. If you follow me on Instagram, Try to Finish Something, you've seen the stuff that I've been working on. The update for me professionally and personally, sorry, I'm just trying not to get emotional. I was given an opportunity by a guy that I've known for a long time in the world of radio named Marcus Allen, who now does a television show. He does entertainment reports on TV for a local news station, and he also makes movies in his spare time. And after one May the 4th, he came by here and saw my shop and some of the things that I was working on and said, "Hey, I'd like you to make a prop for a movie that I have coming up." And I've talked about it a little bit before, where I had to make a pretend bat to go along with a real bat so that you didn't know when the two were swapped back and forth. And I really appreciate the opportunity. I mean, this was a movie. I mean, this is something that was his baby. And to ask me, a guy who just does a bunch of stupid stuff in my office, I was honored, and I was excited for the opportunity. And while I was there, I think his title is, he was the first assistant director. His name was Quinn, and still is Quinn, oddly enough. He saw what I was doing and what I was working on, and he recommended me for the television project that I am currently working on as well. I was asked to do a throne, and then that turned into repairing some armor. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen the pictures of the armor. It was supposed to be worn by these angels, and it was cast in rubber so that it was more comfortable for the actors. And when the director had asked me, he's like, "Well, would you have done this in rubber?" And I said, "No." And he says, "Well, but it's more comfortable for the actors." And I said, "So what?" I mean, we want this to look good on film, not what's comfortable for the actors. And with the 501st, when I make, a Mandalorian armor or a Shore Trooper armor, or you make a Stormtrooper armor, it's not comfortable. I mean, that's not why you're doing it. You're not napping in it. You're acting in it. You're wearing it for a short period of time to represent what it is that you're supposed to be wearing. And I said to the director, I mean, real armor, if this is kind of like a gladiator, kind of a Roman style, it was made of metal and it was heavy and it was uncomfortable. Who cares if the actor's not comfortable? And he kind of liked that response and invited me to the set when I was, when he was filming the scenes that armor was being used on. And while I was there, I volunteered for everything. And I will say this, I saw this meme about don't ever say something's not your job. Always volunteer, even if it's not your job, because that kindness and that attitude is going to get you farther in life. And I very much agree with that. While I was on set, I wound up doing everything from running and getting Sharpies for different people to getting somebody some food to helping the actors with water. The producer was on set and I grabbed his wife a water when she was standing there. And it wasn't that I was sucking up. I was generally just trying to be as helpful as I possibly could. I hemmed some of the women's dresses while I was there. I was just trying to help in any way that I could because I wanted to be a part of making that better. And I don't do well with compliments. I'm not one of those people that like to have everybody gathered around while I'm opening presents, and I'm not a big compliment guy. And I will say that what I was doing was noticed, and the director asked me to be the art director for the film and to be involved as much as I possibly could, because he said that while I was there, things were better. So anyway, there have been a lot of people, including all of you who watch this channel, that have really helped me be creatively fulfilled with this channel. Working on this set is a challenge. It's a lot of last minute, the director saying, gosh, it would be great if we could have a chunk of overpass and freeway in this scene, and we're filming it tomorrow, and wouldn't it be great if we could do that? And me going home, and it's funny. So everybody is under the assumption that I have a crew of people working for me. And so the director, it's like late in the afternoon, and he says, hey, maybe we could get your crew working on that. I'm the crew. So as soon as we were done filming, I went home and I was up until after midnight making exactly what it was that he wanted so that I could show up on set the next day at 8 a.m. with the items that he wanted. And I've made everything from plates of the earth, these right here, plates of the earth that the director wanted because he wanted lighting to come from underneath them to look like lava. And here's what I want to say. So I don't think what I'm doing is anything special. Those of you who are in the Star Wars nerd group on Facebook, the Star Wars Room Builders, I think are, I'll use the word talent, I think are just as talented as I am and could do the exact same stuff that I'm doing. And I will give you the advice that I was given by Marcus Allen when I was asked to make my first prop in his feature film, which was be thankful. And that's why I thought this was perfect to come out right before Thanksgiving. Be thankful for an opportunity, be gracious, and make sure that you act in a way that a lot of people in this industry don't act. And when you say you're going to do something, do it. When you are on set, be as helpful as you possibly can. And that's what I'm doing. And I think no matter what job you have or what you're doing, I think that's good advice for anyone. And Marcus Allen had said to me, if you can do that, you'll go a long way. And it's been a ton of fun. So I've been building things for that actual television series, and there have been a lot of people, including all of you who watch this channel, because it's this channel that got me noticed in the first place, that got these opportunities to me. And Kelly Stern of Props and Villainy, I reached out to him immediately because if I ever need a crew, he's going to be part of that crew. Garland has been nothing but helpful. Clever 3D Studios, even Nova Stella, who make those lights that I've talked about so many times. When I needed lights to go under these panels of the earth that were breaking apart, I threw my Nova Stella lights in there. This is all stuff that I've done on the channel that's getting me the kind of notoriety and to get me noticed doing what I'm doing. And it's the same stuff that I've been doing, the same stuff that all of you do. And it's impressive and it's really fun. It's really fun to be a part of. And I will have some build videos from that along with my Andor build video. I just wanted to kind of talk about why I haven't had a video out in a little while and what I've been doing. And I will have some build videos from the actual project that I've been working on. But the director has been great. Wayne is his name. Quinn, who is the, I think, first assistant director. I've met some amazing people. And so I'll give you one more. And I'm gonna try and keep it together. So when I was interviewed on Ado, all right, so I got two more stories. All right, so when I was with Ado and David White, they had asked what got me into this. And I tell everybody the same thing. It's the television show Face Off. If they had had that show when I was in high school, my whole world would have been different, because that's what I would have tried to do, is special effects, makeup, and to do prop design. I just didn't even know that was a job. I didn't know that was something that somebody could try and be in the first place. And in season 3, I watched all of them. I watched them all multiple times. There was somebody named Nicole who was the winner of season 3, and she was a Sacramento local and somebody that I had kind of run into here and there back in my radio days. We used to do this big Halloween event, and she would do a lot of the makeup for people for this Halloween event. And so I had kind of tangentially known who she was, but I wasn't friends with her. I didn't know who she was. And while I'm working on this set, I've been working with her a ton. I mean, the scene where we have a bunch of dead bodies and the destroyed earth, I built all of the props and pieces of cars and things. I made all of that. I set the scene up, and she did the makeup for it. And here's a picture of us together. And it's weird, and it's a weird circle of life to come back around to a show that got me into it, and I'm now working with one of the people that was a winner on that show, and it's really weird. It's strange, and she's great. She's an amazing makeup artist, and her team is fantastic. But that's the other thing that I was going to get to. So while I'm there on set, the first thing I noticed is everybody has things. They've all got kits. They've all got shirts. Nicole and her team, they've got the name of her company on the front, and on the back it says Makeup Crew. And the lighting guys, Paul and Andy, are super cool, and they've got their logo and it's Lighting Crew on the back. And here's me in a stupid Star Wars shirt because I'm nobody. And the first day after I was on the set, because there's a bunch of people, I'm directing things. I'm telling people where to go and where to put things, and I'm kind of in charge at times, and the director wants me to be doing that to make sure that the set and the scene is right. And nobody knows who I am, because I'm just some guy that thinks he's in charge because I was told to. And I reached out to Ado and I said, hey, Ado, I need a logo really quick. And because I've got to get some shirts made that on the back say like Prop Crew or I don't know. I don't know what it would say on the back, but I got to get a logo for my 53-cent productions, and I got to get it as soon as possible. And I ran out and I put a kit together, and I got rolling carts, and I got all this stuff just so that I could look like I should be there in the first place. And Ado's like, yeah, I'll work on it this weekend. So a big thanks to Ado and everybody who has supported me and helped me get here. I will, of course, take everyone with me. The first thing I ask when I'm involved in a project like this, can I film it? Can I bring things to all of you? And they always say yes. And so I will be making some of the props and showing you how that works and how I've made them and how it all comes together on the back end. And I just wanted to, in honor of Thanksgiving coming up, say thank you very much for the support. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.